What's up, everybody? This is Red Coat Kid coming to you guys live from Sound Valley Studios with another edition of the Valley Rising series. This is a very special podcast where we are interviewing and showcasing some of the talent and artists and bringing them to light who are rapping and singing and creating content here from the desert in the Southwest. Arizona has so many talented people, and we just want to help showcase their abilities and give them a little bit of a platform to show who they are and introduce them to the audience. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the podcast our next guest, Ammo. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for coming on the show, man.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So this guy, man, he's been working at Sound Valley, been putting in a lot of work with music videos, getting his songs done here. So tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of where you come from and how you got into this, man.
All right. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, man.
Okay.
Born and raised until about 10.
Okay.
Then my family went to the military, so I did a lot of traveling growing up.
Sweet.
So my main part was growing up in like Georgia, so I got like a down south style type of feel, you feel me? And I got into music because I was doing this shit since I was like 8. I've been writing songs since I was like 8. So it came second nature being around a whole bunch of family that always did music, always celebrated. We always had little cookouts and stuff like that. So when I got old enough, I was just, ready to go for it.
And then when did you come out here to Arizona?
Probably October.
Okay, so
I just got here.
So you've been recent to the Valley?
Yeah, just got here.
Okay, that's
5
awesome.
months ago. Yeah.
So growing up, you talked a little bit, you said like you were around music. Was there anything that you can think of that kind of like sparked that fire in you to like, hey, I want to be an artist? Or was it something specific, or was it just being involved in the environment with your family?
It wasn't nothing specific, really. Like just watching hip-hop growing up,
Yeah.
And that was just something I would like sit back and say, yo, I really got to do this. I know I can, I got the talent to do it. I used to sit back and sketch little drawings of me just being on stage. That was how I envisioned my story. Yeah, I had that dream since I was like a kid. So when I got the chance to do it, I was like, I got to go after it. This is my opportunity. Don't miss it. You know what I mean?
So who were some of those influences? You talked about seeing people rap and stuff and being in Georgia. Who were kind of like your big influences or people you were listening to growing up?
Anything on the radio, old school.
Old school
I
stuff.
love old school music. I don't do new school music. I don't know what they talking about. Old school for sure.
Some of that new stuff is this mumble rap and all this weird stuff going on. But
I don't know what they got going on. So my biggest influence is anything old school.
Cool.
I was around a whole bunch of old heads. So my grandfather, he was like a little civil rights movement. He turned into a pastor. But before that, he was a dope boy.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, I got to put his business out there a little bit. But
he's got experience from both sides.
You know what I'm saying? He one of them. So I was like, all right, yeah. He was the one that made me want to go get some money for real.
Cool. That's dope, man. So if you weren't making music, what do you think? You say your granddad was a pastor and stuff. What do you think you would be doing instead if that wasn't kind of like what you wanted to pursue full time? Good, bad, music, indifferent, any of it.
If I wasn't doing music, I don't know where I'd be for real. Probably in college, like full time or graduating,
school or something like that.
You know what I'm saying? Or if that didn't work, I'd probably be in the military because I was around military. Yeah, then I went to the service, and then I got out. So. I don't know, if I didn't have the talent to say, like, let me go get out and pursue this, if I didn't, I probably would have still been in there. Let's
talk a little bit about kind of your style and what people should expect from Ammo songs. So give me, if you had to kind of describe your sound and what you're trying to go for, if nobody ever heard your music before, let's say.
I ain't really got a specific sound. I love hip-hop, though.
Okay.
I do.
I like that.
R&B, I like a little bit of soul, before I try to blend all them together. So it's really something that you kind of ain't heard for real because it's something that I really went through personally, But for the most part, I like to rap, I like to sing, blend the two together.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that you mostly write all your music, or what's your process look like? Do you find beats online, kind of tell the audience, maybe people who don't know about the music making process or how this works, kind of what does that look like for you from idea to product? for the song?
I get my most ideas when I'm angry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Expand on that.
Because, alright, you go through a lot in life, period. And people don't really get to vent. People have a lot of trauma that they build up. So, me being an angry person, or just somebody that's always ready to like fight or do something else, I learned to vent through music. And so, that was the way I get up, write some music. If somebody that made me mad, play some R&B, maybe play some hip hop, and I just go ham. You know.
I like that you A, touched on that a little bit, but B, had self-awareness to say, you know, hey, here's something that I struggle with or something that I know about myself, and I use music as my vessel, right, to get that through. Because I think a lot of people, especially artists who write their own stuff, they're trying to get their own story, their own sound, their own feelings out through those songs. And if you can connect with the audience through that, and they can feel that same, you know, oh, I was in that situation, or find something that they, you know, can relate to, that's a lot of times how you really build true fans and people who really, you know, mess with your music because you're saying some real stuff.
Yes, it's been a struggle trying to find people that really can relate to your music when it's like really your story. It ain't something people just be like going around fabricating and you ain't never lived like this, you never did that. You know, you got a lot of artists that really just looking for a sign, looking for a story, you know what I mean? So when you come across somebody that really went through a lot, really got a lot of trauma, and they just trying to get it out the way they can, you know, that release is a little different.
Agreed.
You know, they ain't not used to that.
Yeah, and I think it can come with a little bit more like passion and a little bit more realness behind it.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of these artists out there, and no hate on anybody, because look, there's great writers out there all the time, but a lot of people, like if you're taking songs written by other artists, whether it's R&B, it doesn't happen as much in the rap game, but it does happen still. I feel like you lose a little bit of that relatableness, you know, and so it's good to have people like you who have authentic music and are really trying to show who you are through the sound, you know. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm gonna have to disagree just a little bit on that, because I've been through it to the point where I see other artists taking my stuff, you know, and that's something that's not really talked about. People don't really want to talk about that, but it's noticeable.
Talk about it more.
All right, so I don't think we all have the same story. So when I hear my rhymes, or when I hear something that I know I wrote, and then I hear another artist spit, it's like, how did we all go through the same stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How did this bar become yours, and I know what I went through personally?
So
you know what I mean?
Do you think that's because artists these days are trying to go mainstream, like commercially? Like they're trying to bite sounds, they're trying to like write things that are, you know, commercially recognized, rather than like you talk about writing from your heart, your own experiences, the things that you personally walked through in life, right? Or why do you think that is?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes. I think, like I said, I think they look for a story. Yeah. You know? But sometimes it's mainstream artists as well. Yeah. That just be like, maybe gatekeeping a little bit. That's what I think.
I agree.
So.
Tell me a story about how you got your artist name. How did Ammo come about, or where did that come from?
Oh, this is a crazy story, man. I was sitting on the porch with my brother in New York. All right. And we were just writing and rapping, and when I played the music, and he was like, yo, what you want to go by? I was like, you know what? I don't know yet. I had like 4 different names back then.
I think we all did the start.
You know what I mean? I ain't know what I wanted to do for real. And then he said his rap name. He like, you know what? I'm going to go by this. I'm going to go by that. And I'm like, you know what? I like that. So then I'm just thinking. I'm like, you know what? Boom. I like Ammo. He was like, ammo? He was like, what kind of ammo? I said, the bullet, fool. You know what I mean? And so that's how that went.
That's dope. I like that. It's a cool name, man. Ever since you first hit me up, it stuck out to me. Yeah. A lot of the other ones that are out there, so that's good.
I appreciate it.
What's the first like song or project you ever released? Did you ever think back on kind of your old stuff, your first stuff, and do you still listen to it today?
Ooh, my first song? Like you said, released.
Yeah.
Okay, because my first studio session, I was a kid, you know what I mean?
And you weren't putting it out yet?
Nah, we had like management growing up.
Oh, really?
But things happened. Okay. So it didn't work out. But my first solo release, about 2021. Okay. I released Angelic Demon.
Nice. You still go back and listen to it?
I still go back and listen
to it.
Oh, yeah. I like it. That was my first like time hearing myself and me transitioning from who I was then to who I am now. It's a big difference.
That's cool.
So yeah.
You compare it ever to like the stuff you make now, and
sometimes I wish I could still go back and like add on to it. Like, dang, I should have did more. You know?
Isn't that funny? Yeah. Music has a weird way of that. I think too. Like I'll listen to old songs that I have, and some of them I'm like, wow, I was way ahead of my time. Like I'm impressed with myself, and some of them I was like, dude, that was bad, man.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like that was not good. And I'm glad you're better now. So I do a lot of listening back to old stuff and comparing. I like to see the growth and try to see kind of like how far it's come to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I enjoy that process as well, man.
So we talked briefly about behind the scenes earlier, but take me through kind of your favorite part of the music making process. Is it writing? Is it getting in the studio? Is it the final product? Kind of what's your favorite part of the whole thing?
My favorite got to be recording.
Coming to the studio.
Yeah, I like hearing how it sounds when I'm done writing and all that good stuff. I like the different punch-ins. I don't know. I think I like the layers into it.
Yeah.
The layer part, my favorite.
So have you faced any challenges breaking into the industry, and kind of how do you combat those, or what are some of the things that you're trying to work on to kind of break through?
Yeah, you deal with a lot of backlash on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to be around a lot of people that they like you, but they're not going to admit it. You know what I mean? So you got to deal with that. Mm-hmm. Then you got to deal with people semi-sounding like you or just needing something to talk about. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's all type of you getting pulled in different directions. Mm-hmm. And you don't really know what you want to respond to, how this going to make you look if you do respond. You know. That's
actually key, I think, because right now in like this political climate and everything that we have going on, like I saw it the other day, the Grammys, there's a lot of people talking about one side or another, and as artists or people who are putting stuff out or in some sort of spotlight, we do probably have to think about what, like you say, what to respond to, what not to, right? I mean, what direction you're getting pulled in and what you're going to put out there. It can be a benefit and a detriment, I think, right now, especially in the kind of world that we live in.
For sure.
You know, so people got to watch out. But
so what you do when you don't have, like, you don't have no choice but to respond? How you
got to say something.
Yeah.
Then, in my opinion, you stand on what you believe in.
For sure.
Because when you start, like, talking about what we talked about earlier, where people start trying to bite the sound off others or take somebody else's story and everything, but then ultimately, like, you will, in that scenario, lose the relatableness or lose the main character of the plot, and then that kind of, the movie goes south, right? So it's like, I understand why people try to do that, but like we just talked about, if you whatever, regardless of the situation, stand on what you believe in, what you bring to the table. That's at least my belief.
For sure.
You know. So, what's your latest release about? You have anything like kind of working on upcoming, or?
I do have some in store coming.
Okay.
I got a lot of store for 26.
Okay, so. Tell us about that. As much as you can.
As much as I ain't gonna give it away now.
Okay.
But I got some dope music coming. I've been working on that nonstop, so y'all gonna hear some new sounds. I got a little store coming,
okay.
You know, but I ain't gonna give it away too much. Cool. You know, just stay tuned for that.
Make sure you're checking it out, following along.
For sure, man. Y'all stay tuned, man.
So where would you see yourself maybe like in the next 5 years? Like what if you could like paint your best picture of your musical career, where would that trajectory be? 5
years for music, man. I better be on somebody's stage doing something. You feel me? I can't keep doing this right here.
Yeah.
If I don't get out there, I might be in school full time.
Yeah.
So that's the only two options I got. Ain't no being broke though.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
yeah.
It's either stage, full time music, doing that, touring, all that good stuff on somebody's billboard, or you gonna see me in somebody's hospital.
So you got big dreams, though. You got big dreams.
Sure.
You really want to make it. You would. Let's say you got to that Grammy level. You think you can handle that. You can be in that spotlight. You can be around that. You prepare for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't like crowds, but I think I'd be alright.
Well, if you're the one up there, they're always
for sure. You know, sometimes I'd be like, yo, I don't want to be here right now. Let me go home. You know,
it's part of the business. You know what I mean? our gig is definitely involves having some social life to it. You know what I mean? But I think everybody can have their own peaceful time too. You know what I mean? If you could give any advice to other artists, you know, you're kind of right now, you're in the middle of it, you're going through all the work, you're putting in the time, the effort. What advice? Let's say I'm a brand new artist. I want to do music independently, and I'm looking for a piece of advice or anything. What's something you would tell other artists about this?
Do something that's gonna get you on your spiritual path. And a lot of people don't believe in a higher power, but I'm telling you, I've been through so much shit that you got to. You know what I mean? You gotta know He real. You gotta know Jesus walked with us for real.
I believe that too.
So I would tell you, do something that's gonna get you in alignment. You know, talk about your life, talk about your story, speak your truth. You know, and stay on the right side with it. Don't go out there selling your soul because you want to get rich real quick.
That's awesome, bro. Like that. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah. That's awesome. I think there's so much truth to that. You're the second or third artist that we've had on this that's mentioned something of that. So it's starting to become a bit of a theme. And if you look at like some of the artists out there, like Jelly Roll or some of these guys out there who are also out there pushing some of this stuff and really trying to bridge the gap between music and spirituality, right? And also, in the same tone, make it cool on both sides, right? Like some of this new stuff, like, is really cool to sing along to and jam, and it's great songs. And it also has a good message, you know what I mean? So I think that's kind of what you're touching on. But that gives people some legs behind what you put down. Definitely makes it stick.
Yeah. I hope they do the right thing. That's all. I'm a real positive guy at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody doing nothing crazy just because they're trying to get rich. It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
It ain't. So
that's like I say, be authentic, be yourself, and good things will happen.
For sure.
Last section I usually take people through is just kind of like a fun and personal touch, just so the audience kind of like gets to know you. Some questions are kind of tough and they throw people for a loop, so if you got to take a moment to answer, that's okay. The first question is, if I looked on your phone right now, what's the most unexpected song we find on your playlist? Do you have any T Swift or Justin Bieber or anything on there that we
you know what? I like B. Smith. The artist that passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on my playlist. Yeah. I still listen to him like, I don't know, every now and then, you know what I'm saying? So that might be the most unexpected artist you find on my playlist.
Okay. If you had to put a theme song title to your life, what would that be?
One more, say that again?
A theme song title to your life. Some whether it's a song out or one maybe you had or something like that. Or...
That's a hard one. Let me see.
This stumps everybody.
I don't know yet. Hold on, let me see. It's so much music I listen to.
Yep. And your life has so many
twists and turns, for real.
There's a song I was called...
I like Gangsta Christian.
Okay, I like that. Gangsta Christian. That would go with you. Yeah. I was going to say there's one out that I was listening to called I'm On My Way, and it's like kind of about coming up. That's kind of you. Like you're like right in the middle, I feel like, really being on your way.
Yeah.
But I like the Gangsta Christian too.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
You got a pre-show ritual? Like something you do like right before you go on shows or anything like that?
No, because I haven't been on stage in so long, so I really can't tell you what I would do besides probably take a shot. You know?
Take some shots before the show.
Yeah, try not to get up there slurring my words. You know, just take one shot, get up there, let loose a little bit, and go at it. You know.
What do you want? What do you want like the listeners to feel and hear and experience when they listen to a song?
My energy. You're gonna get a lot of my energy. You know, I hit real hard. I ain't gonna lie. You know, sometimes you be like, damn, why you had to say all that? But sometimes it need to be said because you be holding it in for so long. You just need to release it. So you got to be prepared to, you know, your heart might, you know, just a little bit. So you got to be prepared for that.
But that's good. That's what you want them to feel, right?
That's it.
Because that means you're getting the message across.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
For sure. And I need my respect at the end of the day because it's hell out here, you know. You don't want to be walking around disrespectful.
I agree.
Ain't no telling what's going to happen to you.
I agree. Well, listen, everybody, put some respect on this man's name. It's been a pleasure having a great conversation with him and just diving in a little bit to his story, learning more about where he comes from and what he's got on deck. Tell the people a little bit about kind of where they can find you and where to search you online so they can follow along with the journey.
All right. TikTok, KBK_ammo. IG, IM_ammo_. Facebook, OG Ammo. And Twitter, I lead the way. I lead DA way. Let's get to it, man. I appreciate it.
That's because this man is a leader. He's a leader in his faith journey, which is awesome, and he's open to talking about that. He's a leader with his music, because trust me, I've recorded some, and that stuff smacks. And he's a leader with what he's doing, creating digital content, getting stuff out here. So we really appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in, whether you're watching online or you're listening to the podcast, to the Valley Rising series, where, again, we're just showcasing some of the most amazing talent and incredible acts here through Arizona. Thank you so much to Ammo for coming on the show, bro. It was an awesome time. Really enjoyed talking to you. And we'll see you guys next time.